Come and catch the vibe. Welcome to Easy Weekend.
It's Easy Weekends.
Cats can't see me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sit Down. It's your guy, I'm Easy. Back at it again. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff. And while you're here, make sure you take a look at the Meet the Mazels YouTube page as well. Subscribe to that. We need that. Today we have my guy Santino in the building. He's got a story to tell, and he wants to put you guys on to some financial literacy, correct?
Correct. That's correct, my brother. That's correct.
Okay, so talk to me about first your journey into financial literacy and how you got there.
Oh, man. I got there from doing the wrong thing. I got to the right thing by doing the wrong thing.
It sometimes happens that way.
Yeah, definitely. You know, so some years ago, probably 2012, I was out doing wrong, you know, trafficking drugs, and got myself caught up in a federal heroin conspiracy in Pittsburgh, PA. And, you know, during that time, you know, pending trial and things like that, you know, I was locked up in different federal holdings and things like that. In fact, the county jail in Pittsburgh and then Youngstown, Ohio, which is CCA, Correction Corps of America. So in between these two spots, you know, you know, at this time I'm actually, you know, fighting my case or whatever, and I ended up going to trial, losing trial, and you know, that's where the journey started from there. So I went to FCI Ferriton, which is in Ferriton, New Jersey, which is a federal correctional facility. After losing trial, and I happened to run into a friend of mine that I knew from when I was in state. This was my second time ever being incarcerated.
Wow.
So I ran into a friend of mine when I was in state, and he was moving real fast. He had this mesh bag with him. And I'm like, you know, the place already looked like a college campus. I'm like, you walking around with a book bag on. Like, where am I? You know, I just got here. So when I stopped him and, you know, he saw me, he was like, Sam, what's up? I'm like, hey, what's going on? He was like, yeah, they told me you was down here. Because when you come into the federal system, you know, and you from Jersey, you from New York, everybody know who came in the building. Because now they want to check your paperwork and all that stuff. So, and make sure you are who you say you are. So, you know, I got with him and I said, where you going, man? You look like you're in a rush. Now, I always knew this dude to be on his, you know, mindset and trying to self-improve. So he said, I'm going up here to a stock class. So immediately I'm thinking, stock class? They teaching, what do you mean stock class? So he's like, yeah, the U.S. stock market, you know, trading and day trading. I'm like, yeah. He like, yeah. I said, so where the class at? He said, it's up here. He was like, as a matter of fact, the guy that teach it is on your unit. And the guy name was Wall Street, Gershon Clark, not to be confused with Wall Street Trapper for anybody that's listening. No, because people do that. Shout out to Wall Street Trapper. This is a guy that I met from Asbury, New Jersey, when I was in federal prison. He was the one teaching everybody in federal prison. So they had in the library, when you go to the library after dinner, 5, 6 o'clock, they have a plethora of different classes up there. People teaching credit, people teaching this, people teaching that. So I gravitated towards the stock. You know, the guy was on my unit. He was from Jersey. You know, in the feds, you more than likely are sticking close to people from where you from. So, you know, he started to school me. He started to give me little Mr. Miyagi and Daniel Son type missions. You know, get the TV every day and get the closing price, which is kind of hard. You know, you in there, it's 5 TVs. And, you know, it's either by state or by race, those TVs operate. So now, after a while, you know, before it's like, yo, bro, you mind if I turn? Yeah, man, we watching Love and Hip Hop. Well, yeah, man, we watching whatever it is. It ain't financial literacy, right? It is not CNBC and the stock channel. So eventually the guys start seeing what I was doing. I started tracking the opening and close prices on the TV like he asked. And from there, man, that's what sparked my passion, man. I just dug into it from there. And not to mention, you know, coming home, I was already fighting my case. So I lost trial. I had 22 years, but that wasn't the end for me. And I knew that. So in my mind, I really didn't have 22 years. So all of these things I was doing was in preparation to come home. So I had already took a kitchen serve safe certification. I did core construction, learned how to work a hammer and a saw, you know. And then that was the last thing when he put me up. Well, actually, I did all of that in the process of learning stocks and options. So, you know, once you get on your quest and you start learning these things, what happens is, you know, people start to come into your life. You know, people, we seem to think money is the greatest resource. Money isn't, it's people.
Yes.
Money is just a byproduct. It's just a conversational piece, right? So the people that I started to meet because of the mindset that I'm developing now, it just furthered me. Now I'm meeting people who is in there for, you know, they done embezzled $300 million
Ponzi
through the stock
schemes and
market,
shit.
all type of stuff. But you know, they know to teach you the right way. And in order for you to commit a crime with something, you had to have that thing mastered, right? That's why they're the ones who probably know stock market or know credit better than most people. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much where the journey started, man. And then, you know, fast forward, you know, the news came down that, you know, I gave the feds back their time that they thought I was going to take. I sat it back in their lap, and I only did 5 years and 9 months of the 22 and came home October 2018.
Congratulations.
On my daughter's birthday, my only child's birthday.
That's God.
Yeah, definitely.
See, I this is the last thing I wanted to talk about the whole jail system, because it seems like I firmly believe the jail system is not there to help black men become better people when they get out of jail. But you seem to be the person that broke that mold. So one, I'm proud of you for that. And I think that there is power in that story. Like, you were one of the few that was decided that I'm going to make this time, I'm going to make the best I can make out of my time.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the little bow I want to put on your jail time. Now you're out. Where did you go to further your financial literacy?
Well, the first thing I had to do, you know, I had a plan, obviously, when I came home. And that plan didn't consist of nothing about teaching stocks or trading stocks. That plan was get your license. You see what I'm saying? Get you a cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
Learn how to write a resume, because I'm not coming back. I don't have the big bag buried in auntie's backyard. They got all that.
It took everything.
Yeah, whatever was there, they got that, right? I wouldn't have went to that if I had it. That's from a
different
me I don't
life.
need to be no more.
Gotcha.
Right? So my whole thought process at the time changed. So it takes a level of humility to come home after being, you know, what you consider yourself a superhero, and you coming home and you what people say is regular, you know, or you corny.
You're a civilian now.
Yeah, you're a civilian now, which feels great, right? They just don't know. So the thing is, I had to come home with a plan to get a job in order to trade, right? So I got the job, and in the same time, a part of my plan was get your license, open your brokerage account, because I knew you don't need money to open a brokerage account. That's what so many of us lose with. We think money.
Here come the gems, y'all. Here come the gems.
Again, money, you are your greatest resource. The people next to you are not the money. So we seem to think that you know, first thing you say is, man, how much money I need to get in the stock market? What I need, 5,000, 10,000? No. You got $2? I'm pretty sure you could find a stock that has a $2 per share price. You can buy one. Or what? You want Tesla? Oh, Tesla's trading at what? You can't afford it? Oh, open up a Charles Schwab account. They do fractional shares. So you can keep building your fractional shares until you get a whole share. But a lot of times we make these excuses up in our heads. Instead of us researching, we'd rather listen to they said. I can't stand they said.
They said.
I'm waiting to find they right now.
Who the fuck is they?
I'm trying to find they right now. You know, they said you need this. No, you don't. Only thing you need is the will to do it. Because once you find the will to do it, you're going to figure out a way to do it. The easiest thing for you to do is open up a brokerage account. Google, hey, how much does it cost to open up a brokerage account? You're going to find that there's no minimum for the brokerage account. Open it up. It's just like a bank account. Some brokerages will give you a bank card, everything. Not like a Robinhood. Robinhood is like a lesser version of what a real brokerage account is, right? But then you're talking about TD and Fidelity. And the funny part about it is most of the people that ask me questions about the market and ask me questions about opening brokerage accounts, they're in fear, but they have a job. And I say, you have a job? Yeah. You got a 401k? Yeah. Well, you already in the market and you already have a brokerage account. Have you been checking it out?
What do you mean?
Yeah, because you got institutions, right, which are insurance companies, which are banks, investment banks, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch. These are the guys who control the market. They're the ones with the largest shareholdings in the market. You see what I'm saying? So when you look, your JP Morgan Chase, your all of these different financial institutions, they collectively control at any given point 65% of all America's money. Through your 401k. You ever had a job?
I'm working now.
You got a 401k?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So now what you need to, how long have you had it, if you don't mind me asking?
4 years.
4 years.
I got it when my
so you
daughter was
taking a
born.
beating right now, depending on what your first 2 years look like. First 2 years for you was pretty much a bull market. I don't know where you got in that, but you should have been able to take a little bit of a beating, but the market really fell 40%. So let's just say if you had to retire tomorrow, right? You'd be hit because you took last year's hit, right? The people who retired right soon as COVID hit, they were hit too. If you was retiring 2 months into COVID when they told us to stay in the house, you were hit because the market was going here.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole point is, by people getting put onto their portfolio, people getting put onto their investments, and just taking a little bit of time out to study that, right? You can dodge that bullet that came last year. Or you could take that same money. A lot of us are in professional places, right? We feel like we don't have the time when everybody on this earth have the same amount of time. How you prioritize that time is something different.
Facts.
And I think if we talk about your money, whether it's your field, whether it's your passion or not, you should be concerned with your money. You should be concerned with inflation if you have a job. You should be concerned with your 401k, because guess what? You giving those people downtown on Wall Street 12 and 8% return, right? They giving you 12 to 8%, but they're taking 12 to 800% off of your money. So now they got to we'll match you, right? We'll match you 1 for 1. Only thing that's doing is like me getting a pool of people, having them invest in a stock. All I'm doing is making my share bigger by matching you. So now they tell us all these things because they know one thing about human nature. Most humans don't want to study nothing. You see what I'm saying? So they take advantage of that. 65% of America's money is controlled by these people. So what would it be like if those same 65% of America decided to control their own portfolio? Right?
That's a whole
Be
nother
a lot less
conversation.
buildings down on Wall Street.
Damn right.
So these are the things, but it's not designed to happen that way. Everybody's not going to get onto the information, but we try to put as many people on as we can. If I walk in a room with 10 people, maybe I can leave with one person that understands. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's about the top half representing the bottom half. Everybody think the Jews are singing, the Jewish people are singing Kumbaya and sharing money and all that. It's not like that. What they did is they built the ecosystem for their people. And that's the same thing we have to do. Because we're in reverse, right? Our bottom half represents our top half.
Mm.
No matter how many ball players we get, no matter how many entertainers or rappers we get, we're being represented by that bottom half. Because most of the ball players, entertainers, and rappers aren't breaking into industries that matter. Right?
Mm.
So we're probably, us with some Latino cultures, unless, it's unbeknownst to me, we don't own a black manufactured car, do we?
Nah.
Cars are a very important industry, right?
Yeah.
We don't
Make none of
have
those.
no stake there, right?
Mm.
We
Tech.
We design clothes, but do we make the material? When the last time we innovated something, a lot of people don't know, the person who started the internet, a black man, was involved in that, and he sold it off. And that's the thing, we're not involved in industries that matter. Once we get involved in industries that matter, now the top half start to represent the bottom half. Everybody's not going to be rich. Everybody's not going to trade stocks. Everybody's not going to buy a house. That's not what this thing is about. What it's about is your top half covering for everybody else. So I had to tell my people at the family reunion the other day, I said, listen, it's not about what I can give you when I go. It's about what I left in you when I go.
Yep.
It's about the name that I left you. I said, because now when I become a billionaire, that name, that billion is going to be backed by the name Drew. So now if you are Drew and you walk into a job, a place of employment, some corporate job, and somebody happens to know what background and what family bloodline you come from, they're going to hire you just because of the work I put in.
Yep.
So it's the same thing. The top half has to represent the lower half, man. And you talked about me, getting this skill in prison. It's never about how you start out. It's about what you're doing right now.
Absolutely. It's not where you're from, it's where you at.
That's right.
Amen.
It's where you at currently.
Yeah.
It ain't even about the future, right? We plan for that, but we focus on right now. So That's what it's about, man.
I hate the fact that I got to cut this short, man. Give me some main pointers you want to talk about, because I felt like we went off topic and I didn't know if we talked about what you really came to talk
relevant.
about.
It's all relevant.
Okay.
It's all relevant. Trust me. These are the things they got to understand before they're willing to trade a stock. Exactly. Before they're willing to understand the stock market. They have to understand that money ain't our issue. Our mindset is. Right?
How do we get them out of that? Like, I hear this all the time, and I'm of an age where, yes, the kids is wrong, but if the kids is wrong, we let them be wrong. Mm-hmm. You have to teach them how to be right. And I feel like we haven't put enough effort into the kids, and that's why they're running around doing what they do. So I can't sit here and blame kids for not knowing. I blame us for not teaching. So now, how do we get them out of that not knowing or not wanting to know?
Well, first and foremost, we're all kids when it comes to this information.
Absolutely.
Right? The kids may know more than us. They the ones running around crypto, know how to work these phones and all of this stuff. They may know more than us. But the thing about it is, it does start at home. Your best lesson ain't going to come from school. It come from your house. So now, if you got people listening to these different podcasts that's letting go of this information like you guys are now, you know, the EYLs, the Wall Street Trappers, if you're listening to that, now it's your job to make sure that that is the narrative, that is the culture around your household, because there's no excuse anymore. The information's there. Yeah. Now, if you're not receiving it, you're just not looking at it.
You don't want it. Yeah.
You don't want it. So it's no excuse now. So what I say to everybody out there, I say definitively, money was never your issue. It's your mindset. Because once you get that right, money going to be running towards you, not away from you.
Yo, that's so crazy. All right, I'm going to share a personal. Like, I told you the 6 weeks I was off for paternity leave. My story happened, and I was going through it. And while I was gone, I was in this, I hate everybody. I just sat back. I was like, you know what, let me just pray this off and then have a different perspective, and then things will just start coming. That happened to me Friday of last week. I got back to work Monday. This whole week has been amazing because I didn't fester and lurk on that last thing that made me mad. I let it go and change my perspective, and the money's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
Exactly. Same thing with me, right? What am I going to do? I'm sitting in the feds, 22 years, just lost trial. My homeboys, yeah, they did what they did on me, right? But what I'm going to do? Focus on that? It's a lot of people around there running around chasing paperwork. They still in there. I couldn't be on that wave. I was trying to get out of there. So my time was spent on making sure I had something when I get out and making sure I get out. And it happened. And that doesn't happen. Nobody beat the feds. No. I'm pretty sure some of us got some family. We're black, you know, we come from hoods and stuff. They don't beat the feds. Never. 2% overturn rate. 2%.
God bless you, brother.
Yeah, so I know what I came home to do, and I'm here to do it. If y'all want to learn anything about stocks, options, first and foremost, watch out for these fakers out there. Stay off Instagram. If they don't show you receipts, I mean live video footage. I don't mean no receipts of no screenshots of no account. That could be their aunt's account, right? You need to see real video. This is what you're going to see when you go to my page of me snatching money out the U.S. stock market every day from the comfort of my living room. That's what you're going to see me doing. So if you want to learn how to do that, stay off IG, because I'm going to tell you, 98% of the people claiming they trade on IG don't trade. Wow. And the only reason why I'm giving that public service announcement, because I'm tired of getting these guys students, man. I'm tired of having
the leftovers.
I'm tired of having to fix these people up, you know? I mean, it's all good. However we got to reach them, we reach them. But I tell the people out there, you know, COVID over. You ain't got to fall for these scams no more. The realest is out here, man. You know, you want to learn from a real trader, somebody who do this for a living, come holler at me. Wise Money Academy on IG. One word.
One more time?
No, at Wise Money Academy. One word, no underscores, no periods, no nothing. WISEACADEMY Academy. All right, let's get it. I mean, Wise Money Academy. Let's get it.
Yes, Santino, sir. I appreciate you. This is our first time meeting. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk again, man.
Definitely.
I love these conversations that uplift our people, and I think you're someone that is real. You're not someone that doesn't relate. I think this is a good lane for you.
No doubt.
And I love it for you, man.
No doubt, man.
God bless you.
No doubt. God
Much
bless
success.
Y'all, man. Thank y'all for bringing me on here, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow him. What is it again?
At Wise Money Academy.
There it
on
goes.
IG.
There it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a sit down. Y'all better do better.
And if you want some free game, go to Wise Money TV on YouTube.
There it goes.
Bunch of free game.
Come and catch the vibe. Welcome to Easy Weekend.
It's Easy Weekends.
Cats can't see me.